What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Old World AI only battle. Things are getting pretty hectic. We've got two huge wars, well not, I wouldn't say huge, but big wars going on at the moment. Already it's only turn 65. We've also got a tiny minor war going on between Wallachia and Babylon, but that doesn't really matter. The big juicy stuff is the Vandals here with a lot of units. Going to try and push through the mountains and attack Morocco, and we've also got Mongolia trying to go around some mountains to attack Qing. This is really big. I think Mongolia have already made a fantastic start. 4 cities, and they're in probably the strongest position as it is. But Qing have got a good army. Qing might get lucky and not lose anything here if they play the terrain right and they sit back a little bit. And also, where'd that settler go? I think their settler is dead, though. Oh, no, they got it over here. Maybe that's a different settler. But if Korea was to join in, I think they could actually turn the tide here. Korea have got a choice to make. But the thing is, I think Korea may be more likely to attack Qing and go for an easy win with the help of Mongolia. Vietnam do have a settler down here, and India actually do have another settler, so we'll see what that does. And Siam have another settler all the way over here. But yeah, it's an interesting time. Let's go focus over here for a minute. The Vandals probably going to take Rabat. I feel like they can push around the south here. Portugal are now putting units in the Mediterranean, already trying to find new land, and it looks like they found Brittany. Leeds has been settled by Britain in Southern Ireland, and then Manchester in Northern Ireland. So Britain, the second civ to 4 cities, if I'm not mistaken. I may have missed somebody, but I'm pretty sure that is right. We can always just check the info addicts, even though I said I wasn't. Also, surprising, look here on score. There's 3 green civs, which are India, China, and Ethiopia, sorry. I don't know who this 4th one is. That looks like a yellow line. I have no idea who else that is up there with them. Is that Great Qing? No. I have no idea who that is then. Who's doing well with the line that is yellow? Is that Polynesia? No. No, I have no idea who it is, but there's somebody. Let's just quickly try and... No, it's not you guys. It's not Egypt. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe... No, Mongolia's there, but who is this yellow person? It's not Egypt. I mean, score's not the biggest indicator anyway, so it's not the end of the world if I can't find who it is by any means, but it'd be nice to know, wouldn't it? It would be nice to know. Who on earth? No, not Congo. None of the usual suspect. Oh, it's Mercuria. That is a weird one. I think it's just a lot of people with religions are getting a lot of score. Okay, well, the Vandals already going in. Braga has been settled in Brittany. There's another settler here from Portugal and another one. Looks like it's already heading towards these islands off the coast of Africa. I should remember their name, but I don't. Poland is starting to fill up the Siberian wasteland with cities. They'll probably be picked off by one of the more eastern civs eventually. But, you know, they've got nothing else to be doing. They do have quite a big army, Poland. I think Poland could maybe... but Switzerland's borders are starting to get in the way. I was going to say, maybe they could go after Belgium. But that is going to get tougher as those borders continue to grow. The Kulin... Oh, no, sorry. Kimberley had the 3rd city. They already had a 3rd city, the Kulin. But, there we go. Kimberley. Australia's been split up. I don't think Polynesia have done any more settling just yet. Indonesia are yet to get off the island. I may have ruined their game already. My apologies, guys. Qing and Mongo... Oh, there we go. Qing, you survived. And the longer Qing survive, I think it will be for the better. Because although they have now been cut off from their 2nd city, they need to try and get some sort of friendship with Korea. If those two could team up, they could probably beat back Mongolia. Because China seem a little bit occupied in the south themselves. Beijing's got a lot of land. Faster border growth is on, so we'll see how that plays out. But Vietnam now sending their settlers west, so we'll see how it all plays out. And we'll see sort of all the nations just enclosing into this desert region, which is like Nepal, all that sort of stuff. I was told in the comments. Nepal, Bhutan, just parts of China, I guess, as well. But yeah, anyway, Rhodesia just grabbed the Temple of Artemis. They're down here. Shaka finally going for a 2nd city. It's taken him some time. I think when mods are involved, like, they become more aggressive. So the actual aggressive civs look less aggressive. Like, the Zulu, they got a fairly big army, but they're nowhere near as scary looking as some of the other nations. Japan, going for Shinto. Again, that will probably just stay in Japan. Although, to be fair, no one else out here this far east has got a religion, apart from India. More random settling from Siam. India have settled here. So this region is going to be hotly contested. Persia could probably pick up 2 cities here, or again, India could do well. The Ottomans have got their army. They've sort of turned into a Caucasus Mountain nation. Someone like Armenia. Did Portugal settle? Yep, they settled an island. Good to see Portugal being aggressive. The Vandals are close. Most of their army is dead, though. This is now the only major war going on. But wow, we've got some crazy borders, and we have an outbreak of disease, and that is Black Aziz strikes Istanbul, which is kind of in like the heart of the map, this region. It obviously connects Africa, Europe, and Asia. So wow, that is pretty big. This could spread quite far from Istanbul. As I said, apart from maybe Babylon, is one of the nearest cities to being in the heart of the map itself. So that is pretty interesting. Poland, okay, Rabat is the first city of this campaign to fall. Save the Vandals from settling anywhere, I guess, if they're just going to take cities from other people. The Garamantes just got terracotta army, and with it, a big boost to their military size. Poland settled their second city out here in Siberia, and oh my goodness, okay, that war is over. The Vandals and Morocco is done. The Huns versus the Soviet Union has begun, and this could be quite a big battle. The Huns, oh my goodness, there is no one going to keep up with all this. Huns v Soviet Union. The Soviets, I think, will have the numbers to stay alive, possibly, and they may get support. Like I said, there's a lot of other people here, unless, you know, if the Khazar attack the Soviet too. It depends who else, if anyone else gets involved. But I think this should probably be about a stalemate for now. India and Babylon versus Siam. So India, yeah, you'd expect that, and they'll probably take some, because Siam are settling all of India right now. But that's not the end of the world for Siam. The problem, I mean, Parthia is not going to do very much either. Persia, that's a problem. Okay, India and Persia v Siam. Siam probably going to lose a few of these cities. And then we got Rhodesia and Egypt versus Ethiopia. Now, I can see why Rhodesia declared this war, because Ethiopia came and settled down here. In Egypt, who don't have any cities, this could be good for them, because obviously apart from their capital, that's all they've got. Okay, there is a lot of wars going on. Poland and Switzerland, 2 more of the powers in Europe. We'll see if anyone else joins. I think Portugal may actually settle Cornwall as well, so Portugal are not in the mood to wait around. Congo, with their own religion of Catholicism. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to keep up with the action in the wars. I think we're just going to have to look for the cities changing hands. Belgium already embarking a settler. So I think we're going to see some of these civs push towards a new world very quickly. Because like I said, land units could go the whole way and explore here. I don't think anyone has been here yet. I mean, Polynesia might have been. Babylon can't get over here because that unit won't be able to cross. But doesn't look like Polynesia may have been there. This guy, either he's already been or he's going now. One or the other. But yeah, it looks like that you would expect them to be first. I mean, and that was very quick. Muang Saluang is the first Siamese city to fall, and India just pieced out. Babylon, sorry, just pieced out with Wallachia, who are a bit quiet. Wallachia, they probably could do with taking out Greece, or Greece could do with taking out Wallachia, one or the other. Again, 2 Sicilies, not gone well for them so far. But yes, Siam now. Let's see, Persia and India are probably going to turn their heads to this southern city. Oh, but Persia are now at a war with Siam and India. This is a mess. And Vietnam, who just settled over here next to Delhi, have now joined this war. This is a huge mess in southern and southeastern Asia at the moment. Lots of wars going on. Lots of sides. And it's probably going to have a lasting impact. And yet the Huns, Soviet Union, have actually defended this very well as Parthia go for another city. Looks like they're trying to just completely cut off all these civs from Siberia, which could play out very interestingly if they continue with this effort. Let's see how that war in Africa is going. Rhodesia aren't really doing anything, but Egypt are starting to make an effort towards this city over here from Ethiopia. And also, Muang Saluang, it was Indian for a little while, and now it is Persian. Could we see a strong game from Persia? It's been a while since we've seen one of them, although saying that, we have seen a Persian victory before. If anyone has, I'm sure most of you know that series. That's how probably most of you found my channel. But there we go. Portugal now in Cornwall, and Rhodesia in Madagascar. So we are seeing some incredible settling early on. Sorry, Indonesia. I didn't mean to do this to you. But there we go. The city of Harar has fallen to Egypt from Ethiopia. Ethiopia still have 3 cities. Maybe they overexpanded a bit, considering where they are. But if they can keep hold of these 3, they should do okay. They can pick off other cities from smaller nations. Just give it some time. The Soviet Union Hunnic War is over, and as expected by me, bit of a stalemate, much like the one up here, although Mongolia actually now have a 5th city cutting off Korea too. So Korea maybe forced themselves to actually attack Qing to be able to compete with Mongolia. China aren't really doing too much at the moment. They're just sitting around. But it looks like India are going to gain another city from Siam. Persia look like they're probably going to take this city though, so that's, I guess, it's a fair trade between the two. And the Zulu all of a sudden. Wow, okay, so the Zulu now have 3 cities. They're going for a 4th. Let's see how that plays out if Rhodesia attack them. Arabia with Islam. A lot of the religions have been pretty accurate, except maybe Sikhism in Mercuria. But apart from that, but either way, there we go. India did grab another city in this war-torn area. And Qing, or Chitsi, as it's called there for some reason, Qing, as I'm going to call them, did just grab the Hanging Gardens, which is something I'm sure Mongolia already have their eyes on. And actually, Ferdinand of the 2 Sicilies has grabbed Parthenon, this Italian region. Poland and Switzerland seem to be holding each other to a stalemate. And yep, as I was saying, one city goes the other way, and that whole Pakistan region of cities that I said would probably trigger a war in the last video did trigger quite a big one. Persia's come out on top, and if they can hold on to all of this, they'll be looking pretty good. But now they've got to deal with Wallachia and Parthia. So Persia in a lot of wars. Oh, Attila, this is not good for you, buddy. Luckily, the Ottomans' borders here may just about save you. But the Khazar, with their big army, thought they would try and attack Attila. And that'll be interesting. But Parthia with another city up towards Siberia, or sort of blocking off the rest of Siberia. It's getting very congested. I mean, even Africa is pretty much full now, as the Zulu do grab a 4th city. So I wonder whether Rhodesia. Yeah, Rhodesia looked too strong for the Zulu now. I wonder if Shaka has just waited a little bit too long to make his effort. He might need some help, but look at this. Congo and the Zulu, 2 usual powerhouses, not really performing. Congo and Ethiopia v the Zulu. That's a bit random, but we'll see what Rhodesia does in a response to that. Garamantes are up here looking very strong, staying quiet. Carthage v Ethiopia, that's not going to matter too much. There is so many wars. This is crazy stuff. This is unbelievable. There's so much stuff going on very early on. Lots of cities changing hands. Poland are fighting the Swiss over here. They're not afraid. Garamantes v Ethiopia now. Again, that's probably not going to matter. But Ethiopia have angered a lot of people somehow, which isn't wise. But, you know, you do you. Vietnam and India aren't really fighting yet, so that's interesting to see. And Qing have not really done anything with that settler. It's just sort of sat there. Mongolia have rebuilt their military. Qing don't seem to have done anything except sit here. They're a bit shell-shocked after that war. Korea are building up slowly. Also, Japan haven't settled a 2nd city. Just so I'd noticed, I kept saying Indonesia. Maybe I should have given Japan the ability to sail too. I know you guys hate me in the comments already. I'm sorry. Yep, now I'm really sorry. Kimberley's already over there. Kimberley, you've got the rest of Australia. There's still Uluru here. Go grab that. But saying that, Britain have done well. Although Britain is a bit bigger. But still. I don't know. That island civs, they should struggle, I guess. You know, realistically, they're going to be taken over and colonised. That is what should happen. That is my only justification for what's happened. Siam is out of this war. They have 2 cities remaining. Not good. And Vietnam could easily, if they hadn't have gone after India, they could have probably taken out Sukhothai here and been amazing. But they didn't want to do that. They did not try it. Khazar are trying, and they're not trying. Their army's over here. Never mind. Soviet Union probably have to rebuild from that. That was probably quite a costly war with the Huns. They obviously need to watch out for the Khazar. themselves. And who is this? Belgium have a settler taking the coastal route through Siberia. Lots of civs heavily interested in the Siberian region already, which is kind of interesting to watch play out. No, I'm just trying to keep an eye on Portugal because they seem to be very interested. And Britain is now on the western side of Greenland with a scout, which means they'll probably be in North America soon. But like the reverse colonization battle, it may take a while for them to actually pardon me, get over here. That's probably going to take them a little bit longer. And Polynesia, I don't know whether they actually made it or what they're doing, but they are once again embarrassing me. Or embarrassing themselves, more likely. But they do have another settler heading towards Micronesia. So fair enough. You can do what you want. No. Okay, Rhodesia look like they're now going to try and take this city. The Zulu just need to kind of like build up a big army. Because, I mean, Rhodesia's the one they need to worry about. If they can fight Rhodesia, maybe get a bit of help from somebody else. Because I'm sure there'll be other people that don't like or are scared of Rhodesia. Namely the Congo, despite them being at war. Okay, Persia, you have not done well here. The Ottomans have now joined that major war against Persia. And Mongolia too, and the Huns and Ethiopia. None of those really matter for Persia, but you know, that's not going to be great being in all these wars. I mean, it's going to be hard to get friends in the future as the two Sicilies grab the Colossus, and Italy's starting to look like an attractive prospect, I imagine, for some of these European nations, for Switzerland and co. Mercuria also join the war against Persia. Look at Arabia. They just joined. I said look at Arabia. They joined the war as I said it. And look at Arabia though. A lot of units here. And Babylon joined. Oh, that is big. Babylon. And that means Arabia can probably get open borders. This could be the end of a short-lived good spell for the Persian Empire. Which I guess isn't really short-lived. If you look at the years, they've probably been like 1,000 years of awesome for Persia. And now they're going to fall away. As empires do in real life. Poland and Switzerland coming to a peace deal, and nothing changes. Belgium, you've let me down here. Look at Denmark, by the way. They don't have their berserkers yet. I was going to say they have their berserkers, but they don't. They're doing okay up here in Scandinavia. Belgium, doing better than Belgium. Oh, and there we go. Qing finally did settle. Took them about time, Qing. Oh, and speaking of Denmark, they are now going to try and take Leningrad, which is probably wise because the Soviet Union pretty weak. They just had that costly war. And let's see how Persia defends from all these Babylonian bowmen. They should be fine. There's not very many of them. There's not too much from Babylon. But you never know. They grind them away. Maybe Arabia turns up with all their units. You never know what can happen. Is this city not fallen? Rhodesia are trying, but it's not going too well. China has grabbed the mausoleum of Halicarnassus. And India and Siam peace out, and India took the city of Lampang in the peace deal. So India is starting to look the strongest civ in India once again. Although they probably want to push Vietnam out at some point. Ethiopia and Egypt piecing out, and Egypt obviously only gained one city in that war. They've already had a slow start. Northern Africa looking like a mess. I'm looking forward to the rest of this campaign already. It's hard to see powers emerging and at least holding on to their power. Depending on how quick, Portugal and Britain seem very ready. Like Britain is now very technically, I guess, almost in Canada, if it's not already classed as in Canada. I think if we see Portugal and Britain in particular be really aggressive on the settling, then Europe could have a power. And that also goes for if Switzerland do something. Because if Switzerland right now took out Belgium, they would look very strong too. So it'd be interesting. So Europe, you couldn't say Europe's out of contention. I mean, you'd say maybe Greece and Wallachia are going to struggle, but everyone else in Europe and Belgium, but other than that, the others in Europe are just as strong as the next civs in Africa. They're equivalents, because in Africa, everyone's mostly, for the most part, only got 2 cities. Some have got 3. Nigeria have got 3. It's not gone too well for them. The Songhai actually look better off with just 2. Mali only have their capital over here and some random city over there. Oh, just send me to Australia then, game. It is going to be an interesting period as the rest of Guinea is going to go to Polynesia. Do only 5? Yep, there is a... Wow, Persia. You messed up. You have not done well, Persia. Half of the Mongolian army is heading your way. It is a scary looking half, but still. It's on its way. Belgium do still have a settler over here. Khazar have another settler going through too, which is weird because they're still at war with the Huns. Parthia has grabbed the Petra, and wow, Persia not only messed up potentially in triggering Mongolia. Oh, Kazavi, Poland, that is massive in Eastern Europe. We'll go look at that in a minute. I think a city just fell and I missed it. I'm looking over the map for where that might have been. Oh, anyway, Poland over here in the east. I don't know. Did a city just fall, or am I imagining things? Persia piecing out with India. India piecing out with Vietnam. Denmark. Okay, so they're all with the Soviet Union. Denmark. Don't overextend yourself. Attacking Poland too. Poland now do have to deal with the Khazar, who, if they get their stuff together, could take Warsaw, and that would be interesting for the future of the game, to say the least. I don't think a city did fall, and there we go, the Huns did peace out with the Khazar. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think a city did fall. I think that was just my mind playing tricks on me. Just gonna take a look around, see if notes anything. Denmark. Oh, that didn't last very long. That didn't last very long at all, did it? We are beyond turn 100, so next video, episode 1, or episode 3, sorry, at the start of it, we will look at the info addicts, see who is doing what in what category. I think we're going to get some surprise results, to be honest. Sicily's actually got quite a big army in Italy here, compared to someone like Switzerland, who's just very dispersed and doesn't have to worry too much. Portugal could probably take Zurich, though, if they tried, and Portugal seemed to be the first civ investing in a navy. At least a significantly sized navy compared to anybody else. Greece have got quite a few boats, actually, to be fair to them, down here. What a crazy world this has been already. It is very crazy. Anyway, I'm going to focus over here. Yep, Persian Empire has fallen. They had enjoyed another 200 years of doing pretty well, but it didn't fall to Babylon. It fell to Parthia, which is interesting because they just snuck in at the last minute and stole it, really, when Babylon gave up. But yeah, that is interesting. That is the first capital to fall in this game, actually. That is quite severe. We've seen some second cities go, but no capitals, and now we've got Rhodesia v the Congo. Not a good time, Congo. If you can fight them off even a little bit, I'm sure Shaka might consider something, but actually he probably won't. He is not in a good spot either. And there we go, the Qing with Chichen Itza. They're still trying. There's a lot of Mongolian units crossing the desert right now for what is left of Persia, which is basically now Pakistan and Afghanistan. But wow, Parthia looking pretty strong. If Parthia can hold this all together, they are going to look very weird on the map, but they are going to look cool. It is going to be a cool sight. Okay, Khazar is trying now. Let's focus on Warsaw, because that's where I think interesting stuff's going to go down. Potentially, Denmark does now have its berserkers. I am finally correct. Oh, and the Ottomans joining isn't the end of the world for Poland, but Switzerland could throw in some units from the west. Switzerland don't really have enough to make a difference, but you know, Switzerland are pretty big in Europe. I think they are the largest in terms of size. Although Britain may actually have more land. Ethiopia, that is not going to be much. I thought that was going to be clutch, but it's very, very tiny wall. But the Great Wall of Addis Ababa, I guess, not Ethiopia, is built. Now protect their capital for a little while. I mean, there are some other civs that could have really done with that. There are some civs where they probably could have got all 3 cities inside of it as well. Somebody like, I don't think the Sicilies would be able to build it. It would look so weird, but you know, there are people that definitely could have done more of that, like the Huns would have done well with that wall. But there we go, the Oracle going to Kimberley. So there'll be some social policies in there for them. And Indonesia did finally get their second city. Good job, guys. Good job. Japan haven't yet. I feel terrible right now. But let's just check a quick update on the New World. It looks blotchy and horrible. It's fine. We don't actually see the landscape. Britain is up here in the snow, so they are aware of what's going on over here. Like I said, everyone can get here with their land units. Anyway, that was a bit for this episode. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment, maybe subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.